National Championship presented by DoorDash. It's all over from Gotham City, Eli. A champion has been crowned between the 5 seed playing outside till dark and the 4 seed golf with the boys. The National Championship lived up to the hype. What a game it was.
What a game it was. We had the pleasure of being there in Gotham City. We were robbed before the game. We were shot at. We fought some crime, but we made our way into the arena. DiCaprio sang the national anthem. We were both openly weeping. Jones, this game was insane from the first 6 seconds.
Well, Eli, it was an absolutely insane first possession of the game. Let me take you through it. Bogey, he's not supposed to be a shooter, right? Wrong! He takes a shot. It flies over the basket into the stands. It hits halftime performer Jimmy Fallon in the face and reverberates back into the basket. Head coach of golf for the boys, Caddy, says it should count. Head coach of playing outside till dark, Mom, says it shouldn't count. Head referee Stevie Wonder says, I didn't see it. The coaches say it counts. It doesn't count. They start brawling on the sidelines. They're going ham on each other. Stevie Wonder gets punched and he says, oh my God, I think there's a fight happening here. He ejects both of them. Both teams are coachless, and the basket doesn't count, partner.
And Jones, this is the first national championship game to be played without coaches in the last 716 years. We all remember the game between Farming and the Renaissance when the two coaches, Farmer and Michelangelo, brawled. This one was even crazier than that. Both teams felt the effect of not having a coach greatly. They shot a combined 0 for 912 from the field early on. 15 minutes in, this one was still 0-0. You and I started taking a nap in the stands.
Well, Eli, we were fast asleep until we were jolted awake by a man whose entire side of his face was burned. It looked like he had 2 faces, and he was holding a coin. And he said, gentlemen, I'm going to flip this coin. If you win, you get 3 replica Batmobiles. If you lose, I kill you. Heads or tails? Of course, we went with tails. It was tails, thank goodness. And we got our 3 Batmobiles. We were so excited, we started jubilating and screaming everywhere.
And Jones, in all my years going to the Final Four, this was one of the craziest things I've ever experienced. LCAA schedule makers, please never schedule the Final Four in Gotham City again. It's way too dangerous. But Jones, that's beside the point. We won our coin flip. We were going crazy. All 8 million fans in the arena turned and looked at us to see what was going on. You know who else stopped to look at us? The whole team for golf with the boys. They were so distracted that imaginary friend on playing outside until dark took the ball, went the length of the floor, and scored 29 points of his own. By the time anyone realized, it was 29-0.
Well, Eli headed into the locker room down 29, and with no coach, golf with the boys was up against the wall. Triple bogey, the oldest player on the team, brings in his friend from Gotham City, this guy named the Riddler, and for his inspirational speech he was giving to the team, he just asked them a bunch of confusing questions. They were so lost that when they got back on the court, Eli, it showed.
It absolutely did, Jones. These guys could not get a bucket the entire first half of the second half. Poor was 0 for 47 from deep. Birdie, 0 for 96. Albatross, that guy's usually money. He could not buy a shot. On the other side, playing outside until dark started to get hot. Snow football had ice in his veins. Manhunt could be found everywhere. This game was 41-0 with just 9:37 on the clock. But then, Jones, something changed.
Well, Eli, this is why we love national championships. Something amazing happened. Golf with the boys turned to their bench and they subbed in an old-timer, John Daly, because they still believed he had something left in the tank, and oh boy, were they right. Adult Beverage, who hadn't done much all game, was invigorated by John Daly coming into the game, and the two of them start going off. They're banging everywhere. Oh my goodness, 34-0 run is what they go on. It was 41-34 with just 6:26 remaining, and it looked like Golf with the boys had a chance, partner.
And Jones, what had been a very boring game up to that point suddenly became riveting. We were in the stadium. I had my eyes glued to the screen. I had fans coming up from all sides trying to say hello. I ignored all of them. And Jones, with 6:46 left in the game, Playing Outside Until Dark called a timeout. They get in their huddle. They go to their playbook. They pull out one of the craziest plays I've ever seen. Jones, this is our DoorDash delivery of the game. Tell us about it.
Eli, one of the most inventive plays we've ever seen, and they did it without a head coach. Manhunt heads into the stands during the play and finds 4 of the biggest fans of Playing Outside Till Dark. They come onto the court and surround Stevie Wonder north, east, southwest, so he can't sense anything going on. Then Snow Football starts hacking golf with the boys. Wiffle Ball starts hacking golf with the boys, and that leaves Hoopin' in the driveway wide open. He shoots from way deep off his left foot, and we know what that means. It's a 20-pointer. 61-34 was the score with just 5 seconds left. What an incredible DoorDash delivery of the national championship.
And Jones, with just 5 seconds left, they empty the bench. They bring in the seniors. They bring in the family members. Everybody plays because that's all she wrote. Playing Outside Until Dark, your 2026 national champions, the first 5 seed to win a championship in 53 years. They take down golf with the boys 66-34 in one of the most crazy, insane, beautiful Life Madness national championship games I can remember. What a game, what a moment, what a tournament. That's Life Madness, Jones.
Well, Eli, as the players from Playing Outside Till Dark lay their heads down on their pillow tonight, they'll rest easy knowing they had their one shining moment. Now, while Life Madness may be laying down its head on its pillow for a little while, the love, the laughter, the unexpected surprises, and the beauty will continue right here all off season on Gimme 5. What a ride.